about a bumper sandwich, booger lips?
One thing about living in Santa Carla I never could stomach. All the damn vampires. Shut up!
We're gonna get you, not another piece.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
I don't know what the hell's in there. It's weird and pissed off, whatever it is.
Jason's alive. He killed my friend, now he's coming for me.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
You bastards! Why are you torturing me like this? Why?
Well, I'll tell you. Nobody handles garbage better than we do.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Give Me Back My Horror Movies. I'm your Scream Queen, Anna. We are continuing our search for Charlie, and I've got my buddy Pete here with me tonight. Pete, how you doing?
Drugs are bad and Kay.
We have a weird trip for y'all tonight.
Bad.
And you know they say whenever you take a trip, you got to have like a fun, good buddy to take along with you. So Pete and I brought that person for us tonight.
So,
We have Erin herself from Manic Movie Monday. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for having me. You know what I'm really excited about is to talk about the great humanitarian and friend of women that is William Hurt.
yeah,
I've heard so many wonderful things
about that.
about, females, just
Really-
just regarding Mr. William Hurt. So
He's
I'm
a
very excited.
beloved,
Yeah.
acting partner.
And it was so hard to do. That's yes, that trash stick. But I'm so excited to talk about this movie because I knew nothing about it, and the fact that you guys invited me to come on, I'm just super honored. I'm always honored to be here, but this is so cool. So thank you.
Yeah. Hell yeah. We knew we were covering something 80s. We were covering something horror-esque. We were covering something weird. And we said we got to bring Erin on. And to our surprise, you had not seen it. Pete, also a first-time watch.
Yep.
We are covering 1980s altered states.
You'd think this would be a Pete pick. This was an Anna pick.
Yeah. I know, right? This is probably the weirdest thing I've ever
Is
picked.
it weird?
Other
Pete
than like,
must have picked it. Nope.
not this week. Yeah, not this week. Yeah, I was like, we were talking about weird things, and Pete and I were kind of talking on the side about some stuff, and Pete's like, I want to cover some weird, and I was like, hold my beer, like we've got to get this on here.
Charlie's not here, and this is not a Charlie movie, so
No,
let's do something weird that
Right.
he would be so pissed off.
Yes,
if we made him watch this movie, he'd just sit there,
Angry. He would be super angry if somebody had
things
made
to
him watch
say
this
about this movie.
and he'd be saying Anna's not getting any more picks for a while.
Yeah,
Like he
he'd be
does with
picking
Pete.
all of them because I get banned all the time for picking movies.
It's like we get like a suspension. So X amount of weeks before we can pick again.
We're
Yeah,
in
like-
I can
timeout.
imagine why.
Movie
I know.
timeout. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like we said, we're still searching for Charlie. He's on his hiatus. So we're going to jump into the trailer for this real quick. And this is kind of a short one, kind of a long one, but it kind of covers everything, which is what I liked about it. So here we go.
In the basement of one of the country's leading medical schools, Dr. Edward Jessup, candidate for a Nobel Prize, is conducting the most dangerous experiment in the history of science, and the subject of the experiment is himself.
Ask him what kind of an experience I can expect.
Deafening! The noise is deafening!
It's blacked out.
What happens during these blackout periods is you get the feeling of phenomenal acceleration, like you're being shot out over millions, billions of years. Time simply obliterates.
I'm asking you to put the experiment off until we understand a little more in order to minimize the risk.
Wait.
I'm really frightened.
What the hell was that?
We could be screwing around with this whole genetic structure. Now, how do we stop this?
We've got millions of years stored away in that computer bank we call millions of dormant genes in us, our whole evolutionary past. Perhaps I've tapped into that.
I'm a professor of endocrinology at the Harvard Medical School. I'm an attending physician at the Peter Bent Brigham Hospital. And I'm not going to listen to any more of your mumbo-jumbo. I'm going to show this to a radiologist.
Because I believe it. I want this thing stopped.
The most terrifying experiment in the history of science is out of control.
Indeed it is. I like that trailer voice guy. Hey, real quick, so is William Hurt a shit human in real life?
Oh, dude, he's trash dick. Oh no, because he's like,
no way.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So yeah, he's
didn't know this.
he's what Hillary and I call trash dick, which is a guy who looks really good on paper. Like he's like a super intelligent, intellectual, tall, handsome, talented, well-spoken guy, but then his inner system, like his soul, is just trash. So he's trash dick. He apparently, in addition to sexually assaulting one of his girlfriends, also was physically and emotionally abusive to Marlee Matlin, the deaf actress.
Oh my goodness. I had no idea about any
He's
of
the
this.
worst human ever. Rest in peace, buddy.
Man.
But
yeah, he died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
This said like one of the trivia bits was this is William Hurt's first movie.
Yes.
The fuck is William Hurt? I genuinely had no idea who this cat was. So and
Really?
I didn't look him up. Yeah, I had no idea.
Oh man, here's the thing. That's what really kills me is that he's a fucking amazing actor, dude, because he's in The Big Chill. He's in this.
Oh, then
He
I
was
have seen
in
him.
he was in Children of a Lesser God. He's in a really good movie that's like, I don't even know if it's
A
streaming
History
or
of
whatever.
Violence.
History of Violence, but he's also in this movie called The Doctor, which is really fucking good. It's where he plays like a real arrogant piece of shit doctor who gets throat cancer and ends up having to go and experience what it's like to be a patient in the hospital that he works at. Like, so like insurance and how you get, how they get treated, how patients get treated. And so,
that's
yeah.
Okay.
Good shit. Oh yeah, great to find. But no, absolutely horrible human being.
Yeah. Damn, that's kind of like a blow to the gut there
I
because
know.
all I can think in this movie is, my God, he is beautiful,
Right?
And then
Yes.
then you find out that it's his feature film debut.
It is.
By the looks of this and the acting in this movie, you'd think he's been doing it for years. He's seasoned.
So good.
It's incredible. But before we jump too far into it, let's talk about our histories a little bit. Erin, we'll start with you. You said it's a first time watch, but you knew some about it. So tell us.
Yeah. So when I was about 12 or 13 years old, I read Drew Barrymore's autobiography, which is called Little Girl Lost. And I've probably truly just read it like 20 times when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a page turner. But it really is. And one of the things she talks about in the book is being in Altered States, and that Altered States is the very first movie that she was ever in.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I know. She's like, hello, daddy. Yeah.
Like,
She's super.
Wait, rewind that.
Super little, super tiny. But she described Ken Russell as an avuncular Santa Claus. And I don't remember what I ate last night for dinner, but I remember that line from that book from when I was 12, where it's like, he described an avuncular Santa Claus. Yeah. So she said that working with him was wonderful. Working with everybody was wonderful, so I knew nothing about this at all. And then when I looked it up on Wikipedia, I was like, oh my God, I've lost far too many brain cells to be able to understand this. I was like, I was like, oh, this is a smart movie. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I'm really advanced enough for this. But no, I watched it. And I loved it so much. And it actually struck up a conversation between me and my mother where I texted her and was like, did you do hallucinogens back in the day? And she was like, no, I used to babysit. I worked at the free clinic back in the day. And I was the acid and angel dust babysitter. So she would actually, her job was to take care of people who were tripping and make sure that they did not jump off a building, that they
Needed
didn't
a
try
safe
to
place to come down, kind
kill
of thing.
themselves. Yeah.
or somebody else. Yeah.
So she always, yeah, right. So she never wanted to do anything like that because of her experience. And then
Fair.
I was a big old speed addict in my 20s. Like I make no bones about that. Anyone who's ever listened to our show knows Hillary and I are drug addicts recovering of varying degrees. And
same, sister. I'm right there with you. Yeah.
But
with you.
But back, so I was never like I want to take this and talk to my dead dad and vomit a rainbow. And, that was never, it was more like, I want to take this and feel pretty and thin. I want to feel so powerful that nobody can say anything about me. So I was more like, I was an upper gal, right? So but I dated a lot of people, my partner Slink included, who were hallucinogen guys and had tried all of those things and done all the things, right? And if you've ever done it, you can't describe it to somebody. You could just like, well, the way he put it was that mushrooms are like diet acid. Because
so that's as far as I went. I was always too scared to get too out of control, so I never did acid. The first time I ever did mushrooms, I was at Bonnaroo, and it was when Paul McCartney headlined.
Whoa!
And I never thought I would ever get to see a Beatle in concert. And Tom Petty also played that year, so it was like a double banger, dude.
Tom Petty,
dude, it was so. I took mushrooms for the first time watching the Paul McCartney set at Bonnaroo. And
that's awesome.
My friends I was there with didn't really care anything about seeing him, so we thought the mushrooms weren't going to work. And, well, by God, all of a sudden the lights started like, I don't know, just getting halos and everything. It was like everything was breathing. And then you're in this crowd of like 300,000 people. No joke. And everyone is singing Hey Jude together.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I've always called it a religious experience because that's probably the closest thing I've ever had, other than probably giving birth. But, something like that was like insane. I'll never forget it. But yeah, that's as far as I ever went because I was too scared to get that far and not be in control somewhat.
And then the thought of taking something and then never coming back from it. I think that was the thought that I always had, with the fear that I always had was that. But like my brother did acid, my clearly my partner did it, probably every person that I've dated has done acid.
My mom told me stories. My mom was 17 in 1969. Like, that's all I got to say. Like, she loved her speed too. She's told me stories, So yeah, I've heard stories from everybody in my life about experiencing some sort of drug or another.
But no, totally. I love this movie. Loved it. And I had to rent it. Like I had to pay like my $3.99 on Prime or whatever.
I know, I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's totally fine.
There for a while it was streaming.
But it was worth it. I was like, this is cool. This is the third Ken Russell movie I've seen. So now I'm up to 3.
Okay, nice. Very nice. So, yeah, he did Lair of the White Worm, Pete.
Yeah, he did Lair of the White Worm.
Oh, I love that movie.
You just watched that recently, yeah.
Messed up. I love it.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Nice.
That's my story.
Interesting. Pete, what about you? Tell us a little bit
First time watch for me, and if I can jump on the drug bandwagon.
Yeah. Come on, we have snacks and treats.
Yes, come over to the dark side, Pete.
So I'm going to be driving the truck because weed's the hardest thing I've ever done.
Okay. Really? He's a fucking Boy Scout. You really are.
What's that like?
I was never. Well,
I love you even more, Pete.
I know we love you, Pete. That's very sweet.
Small town.
Okay.
Very, very small town. Like. People say, "Oh yeah, I grew up in a small town. I graduated with like 150 people." That sounds pretty small, right? I had 42 kids in my graduating senior class. It was very hard to find anything outside of alcohol because alcohol is really easy to get a hold of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then when I got to college, I was in the Ohio State marching band, and all of my time was spent 2 hours of practice every day, all day Saturday, Sundays, more gigs, started up on Monday again. And you
Yeah.
were constantly exhausted. And it just wasn't, we were alcohol fiends. We would
That's
go
what you
out
like,
and
yeah.
drink some beers and do some shots. And that was our drug. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else here. It just was never,
Absolutely not. No,
it was never presented to me.
Yeah.
And
No judgment, Pete.
I had one occasion to do some cocaine, and I was just like, I don't think so. I'm not interested. I saw what they were doing. I'm like, well, I got my beer, whatever.
All right,
It's
I'm good.
fine.
There you go. It's your thing.
So now I will say that my first hallucination was watching Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
That's something I used to love to
Stone
watch.
cold sober in the movie theater. And that
you saw it in the theater?
Oh yeah!
Wow! I'm gonna have to tell my friend Amanda because we used to watch that movie on a loop.
I was a huge Hunter S. Thompson fan. I still am to this day. I've got a whole bunch of his books. I was a journalism major in college for most of my career.
Oh wow!
And I loved his style of gonzo writing. It was very, I don't know. It hit me in a way that few other writers hit me. So when I had read Fear and Loathing, and I'm like, how the fuck are you going to adapt this to the big screen?
The dialogue is like word for word almost.
They fucking did it. It was amazing.
It's
and
incredible.
I walked out of that movie on clouds going, without taking hardcore hallucinogens, this is how it feels. I guarantee it. And that's that's the closest I've gotten to. Again, I'm not bragging that I haven't. I'm not better than anybody here. It's just something
it's just
that
your experience.
I never pursued.
Yeah.
I never encountered, like, all the people I hung out with were just we liked our alcohol, and we just never sought anything harder than that.
Does addiction run in your family at all?
No, it doesn't.
There you go.
What's that like?
That's what I was saying, girl.
Sorry. Yeah,
that's good. No, that's a good thing. You should be proud of that.
Thing. Yeah,
seriously.
We're the fuck ups over here.
Oh God, no! Oh no! I say we all have our paths, and we're all here talking to each other. So that's the most important thing.
And it's interesting to see, like, these kind of movies, how like every individual person perceives it and the experience they have with it, because it can look like very black and white to some people. Oh, it's a trippy, like, acid kind of movie. Well,
this is totally a hippie acid movie. It's totally
it is, but there's a little more to it. I think it's also kind of a romance and a drama and a body horror.
It's a really sad romance. That was a difficult romance to watch. But as I'm watching this movie, I'm still a little undecided if I liked it or not. The hallucinations he's having reminded me a lot of 2001: Space Odyssey.
Oh, totally.
Yes. It was like, I think I know what's going on, but seriously, what the fuck is wrong with the late 70s, early 90s with all of this? Like, I felt like I was going to go into a seizure. I swear to God. But warning, everyone out there, if you're going to watch Altered States, please do not go into it if you are prone to seizures with flashing lights.
Have any kind of epilepsy?
Will go into a seizure. I promise.
Here's
I
your
got
warning
a warning on my on the Prime. Prime gave me a warning. That said flashing lights.
Did it really?
It should.
Yes, it did.
Nice, interesting. Yeah,
I got my copy from the library, and the Columbus Library is one of the greatest in the country.
Reliable for you.
It's
nice.
Our Columbus Library system shares with all the other libraries in the entire state. So
wow.
And you get it everywhere. I was looking for a book once that nobody in the public library system had, but Ohio State did. And I asked our library, it's like, I want this weird female samurai revenge book. It's just a little novel, and it's out of print, and it's like $180 per copy. I'm like, I'm not going to buy this. So I walked up, and said, here's the ISBN, here's the author, here's the name of the book. And they went, we don't have it, but Ohio State does. Give us a couple of weeks. And sure as shit, it showed up on my shelf.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So it's really I feel, I know Charlie gives me a lot of shit for doing getting stuff at the library, but I also feel incredibly privileged to have such a wonderful
Yeah, you've got a good one.
system. It's
You really
really
do.
good. Anyway, the copy I got was very old. It felt like a VHS transfer.
Oh,
So it's
Wow,
not a
okay.
real crisp Blu-ray that I think would benefit this movie,
Oh,
but
it does, yeah.
it also felt like I grabbed it off the shelf at a Video Connection in Ottawa, Ohio, for all you
Yeah.
Northwestern Ohio people.
That gives you a whole other feel too to go along with
so
it. Yeah.
it felt good. I would like to see this again in a really crisp manner. I think it would add a little bit to the experience.
It benefits because I feel like the trips and the imagery really benefit from that crisp.
That the hell scene was a little rough. Like, it was real grainy. And I was like, part of me was like, that's kind of how you would see a dream if you were experiencing this dream. And maybe that's how you see a hallucination. I haven't experienced one in kind of a semi haze. It's not real crystal clear. And maybe that's the way to watch this movie, where it's not quite perfect, if you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah. It has that feel to it. It benefits from that. Not every old movie does. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
Anna, you brought this to us. What you have experience with it? Lay it on me, sister.
The first time I heard about this was through watching In Search of Darkness. I love that whole series. It's on the very first one, the part 1.
Is this
And
the
it
same
talks
series you sent me that turned it, the one movie you sent me that turned into a straight up porn?
No, that was an Eli Roth
Aaron,
interview.
I
was
that
like,
one.
Eli
That
Roth's
was Eli
talking about
Roth,
this
that's
on a podcast, and this sounds right up your alley. And I sent him the link, and he's
then
like,
I
"Oh, I
watched it, I'm
found
like,
it."
oh,
And he was like,
no.
"Dude, this is legit porn."
This is straight up porn. Aaron, I
was
sent
like, "I'm so
you
sorry."
that, and I went, "Oops, hey, this is just porn."
No, yeah.
And not good porn either. It's like, penises.
I know.
Great.
I'm a connoisseur of that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So
Right.
hey, I like my porn classy. So just saying.
Taste, right?
So this wasn't Eli Roth. This was Into Darkness, or
Yes. Yeah. I first saw it on there, and I'd never heard of it, for one, and all the imagery and the clips they used on there was enough to intrigue me. And I was like, this looks wild. This kind of looks kind of David Cronenberg-y if you don't really know.
Absolutely David Cronenberg.
David Cronenberg, absolutely. Oh, very body horror and
R.I.P. Daddy Cronenberg.
Yeah.
No,
Daddy
he's not there yet, Charlie.
He's still alive.
I know. Charlie's a turd. He's the worst. But so I finally watched it, and it was actually one that I had put on when I was still doing candles, and I was just kind of watching it as I was making and working throughout the day, and I would get sucked into it and kind of stuck, especially in the trippy scenes. But it's one I remembered fondly, and one that surprised me just because it was weird. And I really did enjoy it. So it's always kind of one I've got in the chamber that I know not a lot of people have seen. Pete hadn't seen it. Nate hasn't seen it. He bought it a long time ago, but he never watched it. And then Charlie's never seen it. And then, like I said, Pete was talking about weird stuff. And I was like, hey, I got something weird. Yeah. Let's watch this. And so it worked out. Charlie's still missing. He would have been upset with me, like I said.
I thought we would find him on this trip, but he wasn't there.
Yeah, we're stopping off and taking like a weekend in the desert to get our mind right.
Right.
And then we're gonna
continue
our journey.
to Southern America to check out some hardcore peyote.
Yes, our Native American ancestors are going to speak to us and send us the correct way. They're going to say, "Charlie is here. Bring him back to the show."
We'll find him.
So yes, that's how we ended up here this week.
So I some of this movie I don't quite get, but this is based on a book, right? Some dude who actually did this, not self-immersion. What's it called?
Sensory deprivation.
Sensory deprivation tank. Yes.
Sensory.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
So he was, and I think I saw, like, I watched something on YouTube about altered states, and the author came on, and now that guy, I believe, was in the tank because he's got this beautiful scraggly beard, and he looks like something out of a Cheech and Chong movie. He just,
Yeah, I
but
watched a few
he
things too.
spoke like the most tenured professor of philosophy you've ever listened to. It was really well spoken, and I think all these folks were. Erin, I'm with you a little bit. Like, they were rapid fire dialogue talking about. Okay, so I like it. I like
a lot.
Yeah. So it's rapid fire. They're experimenting with both drugs and self-deprecation.
Woo!
Right?
Sensory deprivation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing, and they're experiencing all sorts of weird things. And then time jumps forward a little bit, and they're all. I think the first thing that made me go, I've been in this situation before, where they're all at this bar and they're all chatting and they're all they're doing some Goodwill Hunting bullshit, right? They're talking to each other and this the most highbrow bullshit garbage that means nothing to anyone. You're not solving the world's problems. You're not building a house. You're just like, you gotta get into yourself, man. And all, but in the most scientific way that I've ever been around. And that's exactly what it is when my wife gets together with her teacher friends. And wow. I'm sitting there at the bar going, oh my God, I have nothing to contribute to this at all whatsoever. And they're just rapid fire, kids, stuff, teach, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It's an amazing thing to be a fly on the wall. It's a terrible thing to be a husband just waiting to, like, I'd like to
Can we talk about Godzilla?
Can we talk about Godzilla, please? Our Lord and Savior Godzilla.
Or beer. Craft beer.
Beer. Yeah.
Well, so the reason this guy sounds so, I guess, scholarly, for lack of better words, is because he actually is a writer, and he's won 3 Oscars for writing.
Network. Chayefsky did Network.
Yeah, Patty Chayefsky, and this was his one and only book he ever wrote. And there was a clause in his contract that not one word of the script could be changed. And from what I can tell, and granted, I don't know a whole lot, but I'm getting the vibe of Ken Russell is kind of like a Stanley Kubrick with
he's
being
a man
prick.
of his own.
Yeah, and I just and he wanted to do things his way because he's the director, but that was in the clause. So because he wanted to be a petty bitch, essentially, that's why a lot of scenes you see the actors eating food or talking really fast, like with those rapid fire in the bar, or mumbling with the camera will be directly at their back and they'll be talking away from the camera. He did that to fuck with Chayefsky. And it's like, what a petty prick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ken Russell's an odd guy. Like, because
drunk too.
His movies are very.
Yeah, it said he was drunk on set a lot. Yeah,
abstract. Like, I mean, obviously, Lair the White Worm, but then you've got something like Gothic. Rainbow. Like, there's a lot of stuff that he's done where you're just like, what? Like,
but, I mean, this is a visually like stunning movie.
Yes.
Agreed.
Oh my
it's
God,
wonderfully
shot
acted. I will give it all the kudos. It's beautifully acted. It's beautifully shot. The special effects are as good as they possibly could have been for the time. And you always felt a little off base. Like you weren't able to plant your feet in the ground throughout this movie because they would throw a curveball at you kind of out of nowhere. Like, whoa, what was that? And just, I always felt a little off balance as watching this movie.
Yeah.
There's definitely some horny grad students.
Yeah,
Holy
no kidding.
God.
Well, I mean, this takes place at the start of it in the late 60s.
No, I wasn't a grad student.
In the late 60s. So it's very much free love, the hippie. Yeah, man, we just got to look in ourselves and we're having fun in this tank and whatnot. And
tell me that first party that they go to where
yes,
Hurt and what's her name? She's
Blair
gorgeous.
Brown.
Thank you. She's fucking gorgeous.
Oh, she's
Unbelievably
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Tell
I
me
love
you
Blair
love
Brown.
her hair
that
too.
didn't turn into an orgy later on. Please.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I was like, he is so forward, and he, you can really tell in that scene too. Like after they meet at the little kind of workers, meet along in the house they're at, and they're kind of hitting it off there. So then they take it out and they're walking around where they live, and you can tell he's getting turned on by telling her all this information, because then he stops and like dead in their tracks and gets right in front of her, and he's like, why don't we take this, no, he goes, I would really like to take this back
I
to
would
your
really
place.
like to take you home. Like
Yeah.
he's like, I would really like, and it's like, oh shit, okay.
And
And she's like, I only got a couch, right?
He's handsome, and he don't care. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm coming. You just
Get
let me
away,
know
let's
when
go.
you're ready to go, and we'll be there. And then the next scene, they are. Oh my gosh, they're
Mhm.
having sex, and he's talking about. She goes, "What are you thinking about?" And he goes, "Jesus and crucifixions."
Yeah, I know. And the thing is, I don't know why that. I swear to God, I was like, nothing kills a boner faster than Jesus and crucifixions. Like, but apparently, for him, it's the opposite.
Exactly.
And then they take a break, and he spills all this childhood trauma on her.
Oh Lord.
And then they end up
there's
finishing.
your warning. Like, warning, warning.
Oh yeah, no, he's
there's your first red flag.
Yeah, he's a walking red flag. Like he's gorgeous, but like that doesn't matter because he seems like he definitely has a screw loose, but she is fascinated by his intellectualism, and she's fascinated by the fact that he's doing these things that she's not doing. And I mean, yeah, man, academia, because my mom was a professor and my piece of shit stepdad was also a professor. And so that circle of people and the way they talk and the way they interact and the things they get off on, it's like, like,
right. Yeah.
It's its own thing. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, he like, there's a great line in this movie, which is you'd sell your soul to find the great truth, you know?
And he
It's like,
would, he totally would.
It's insane.
Because they shack up for a couple of months, and she pretty much tells him that she wants to get married, and he doesn't really want to. She's still waiting on him at the end of the day, and he comes out and basically gives her a data report. And I love that she's playing like the pouty shit, because I was like, that's some woman stuff right there. Because I can say it because I've done it, and I'll still
of course, absolutely. Oh, come on.
And wants me to marry you more than you pouting at me.
And he recognizes it, but I think he also too at this stage realizes that, damn, he's got a very niche kind of career and goal that he's going towards, and not everyone is going to be okay with that or willing to follow him along on this endeavor. And she is more than willing to the point where she wants to actually get married. So he's like, okay, well. And that's pretty much what he tells her, for lack of better words. But so they end up getting married, and then we get like a 7-year time jump, and they have 2 daughters, and they're separating, getting divorced, because he can't live this normal suburban professor kind of lifestyle. He needs
what makes
that
me want to punch him
excitement.
is it took 7 years and 2 kids for you to realize that this isn't your life. That's such horse shit for a guy to do, and I'm sure guys do it. But if you're not, I think even before they got married, they're like, hey, let's try it out. If it doesn't work out, whatever, it's okay.
Yeah, because he's kind of trying to convince himself in that moment in the hospital that I was just talking about. He's like, well, like I said, I'm never gonna find anybody like her, so I might as well. And then by the end of the movie, where they really wind up, I feel like he truly, actually falls in love with her, because she does literally save him.
What happened at the end of this movie?
Save him from the depths of nothingness, pretty much.
Exactly. Like, I believe that he finally realizes what love is. Because I feel like in the beginning of this film and to the middle of this film, he intellectualizes everything. So he intellectualizes emotion. He intellectualizes what love is, or what a relationship or a marriage or these things are supposed to be. And then I think it is not until he really realizes in his head, like, it's that old Albert Einstein quote, I want to know God's thoughts and everything else is just a detail. It's
Right.
like, I don't want to know God's thoughts. Like, I'm the opposite of what William Hurt is in this movie. Like,
Yeah,
I really,
same.
I don't want to know what's out there. I don't want to get a sensory deprivation tank. Did you know that Joe Rogan has a sensory deprivation tank?
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Reason enough not to buy one right there,
I was thinking that. I was like, no, absolutely not. I do not want to do that.
No. And but I know that there are a lot of people out there that are very much into like exploring their brain chemistry and trying to see if they can create new neural pathways and shit like that. And I suffer from horrendous depression, so I take meds for that, and I cannot imagine going in there and fucking tinkering around in there and
on your own,
right, and then accidentally hitting something and like, oh god damn it, now we're stuck in that horrible memory from when you were 5. You know what I mean?
Right. Dude, I feel that, because I always say I'm an unmedicated mess, because I really am. Like, I'm self-aware enough through recovery to realize and recognize, like, when something's wrong, why am I mad, blah blah blah, and I obviously sometimes over process things. But yeah, if I ever tried to go into a sensory deprivation tank, I feel like I would literally drive myself actually insane. Like, yeah, that's no, I'm not fucking with that. Especially once I don't even have the little happy pills like you're talking about.
And like the fact that he's taking all of these trips, right? Like he's taking all of these trips. He's taking different drugs to go deeper, right? And it's almost like it becomes an addiction for him, because it's like, oh, well, I got to take more, right? Or, oh, we got to do it differently. We got to
almost there.
I got to get.
I'm right at the cusp.
It's that addiction. Just
right.
one more time.
Like I feel like if I do it this way, then this will happen, right? And I feel like the only voice of reason is that like old Southern professor guy who's just like
who's bitching
like,
the whole time.
Right. He's like, you're crazier than a shithouse rat. Like he's like he just kind of runs around talking like Boss Hogg the whole time, and you're like, I love him. Like I told him, I was like, he's the voice of reason in this movie, because Bob Balaban can't say no to anybody, and then William Hurt just wants to try it all. Blair Brown is trying desperately to bring him back from the abyss, right? And it's just it's a futile it's an exercise in futility for her to try this. He had to come to it on his own, right? Like he had to realize
much like with any addiction, honestly, because no one can truly get sober until you want to do it for yourself. You can't do it for your family, you can't do it for your kids, friends, work. It has to be for you, and until you make that conscious decision to do that, that's only when it's going to stick. And it wasn't until he made that conscious decision that it stuck for him.
Yeah. And I mean, like, but I was saying to Slink, I said, no wonder he doesn't want to fuck his wife anymore. Like he's in there talking to God and he's living the poetry, and he, it turned into a monkey. Like, yeah, what marriage couldn't possibly.
I know. It's something like that. Like I said, that everyday life is so mundane that what he's living and his work and what he's truly passionate about is not being married and being a father and a partner. He wants to experiment. He wants to take his mind there and try to figure out who God is and what he's trying to say and how far he can go and all this stuff. And it's just like, even she says, making love to you is like, you're trying to find God, and it's a spiritual journey. I put that in my notes. Hell of a way to orgasm. Like, my God. And and by the end of the movie, like, I'm so heartbroken for her, because it truly is that you are so in love with someone, even though they're bad for you. If you've ever been in love with an addict, and you're the sober one in that situation. And her acting in that scene too, when she's talking to that doctor once they finally get him home, and she's just so exasperated. She's like, because they did separate for a while when he went to Mexico, she went to Africa, and she's like, I dated guys and I brought them home, and every time I did, I had to picture him, and it was never the same. I'm never going to find what he is. And he's possessed me pretty much. And I just felt so bad for her, because it's like, man, I've been there too, just not knowing when to leave. knowing it's time, it's not working out anymore, regardless of if you're in love or not. And you just can't, you're just waiting on who's going to be the first one to finally pull the trigger and be like, okay, it's over. But
and the great line is when Bob Balaban is talking to his wife, and he's like, "What happened?" And she says, "She's still crazy about him, and he's still crazy."
Great line. Great line. Yeah, I put that in my notes, and that's a perfect way to sum it up. Well, I think that's a perfect time for a commercial break.
You're watching the USA Network.
Welcome to Manic Movie Monday, where one person's trash is another person's treasure. Here we celebrate the trash, the treasure, and everything in between.
You know, when women get stressed, we take a bath.
There's a lot to unpack with this movie.
Spoiler alert, prison is not like reform schoolgirls, and I really wish somebody would have told me.
We're catfishing serial killers. We're just trying on clothes without tags and seeing what fits. Everyone is wearing mail order lingerie. So join us every other Monday and stay manic.
Sharks of the Corn? Virus shark? Cocaine shark? Sharktopus? Yeah, those are all real movies. Join me, Steve Coates, as each week I take a comedic look at the bizarre world of sharksploitation cinema on Bucket of Chum, the Shark Movie Podcast.
Just when you thought you were safe, the terror continues with another chilly tale tonight on USA Network's Saturday Nightmares.
So this movie was like, what, an hour and 40 minutes, I think?
Yep.
Give take, yep.
My biggest problem with this whole movie, especially after watching it a second time, is the fucking gorilla.
Oh, okay, thank you. Oh my God. Okay, good. Because me and Slink were like, we could have done completely without that Geico caveman, weird, tearing things apart, getting into the zoo. Like I said, if we could have cut out, killed a goat, and then called her from jail, which is very, and she's like, yeah, sure, I'll come get you. I'm like, and I told Slink, I said, if you ever fucking took a hallucinogen and you called me from jail and you said you were naked running around a zoo and you had eaten a goat, I would tell you need to call somebody else.
Don't be calling me.
You're sitting there at least.
No.
At least I
stay in the drunk
tank.
tank.
Your arraignment.
Yeah. So no, I could have done with that. Like we could have cut that whole 10 minutes or whatever that was out of it, and
on forever. It was like 10 minutes.
Not necessarily amount of time. I liked the outfit. Was that William Hurt in that outfit?
I don't know. I didn't see anything about it in trivia.
I didn't see anything in trivia. There was a whole thing at the end of the trivia in IMDb that said when William Hurt makes his transformation to primate or whatever the fuck it is, that the makeup was done by da-da-da-da, and but I don't know if that's what they're talking about.
Was it Savini that did it? It wasn't Savini that did it, was it?
No, it's it was right. Originally it was Dykstra, and then Dykstra got let go, and then it was somebody else. And
now I'll say, okay, the monkey. We could have done without that, but I really loved all that Cronenberg body horror when when you're in the tank. I guess your head is blowing up or warping a little bit. That was okay, but when his arm starts changing right in front of you as the bones crack and start not poking out of the skin, but
it goes American Werewolf.
Real quick. Totally,
yes,
yeah.
I thought that too.
The shower scene where he looks down and his feet are ape feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was really cool.
Ooh, that was gross.
And then it pans back up and he's normal, beautiful William Hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of tall drinks of water, did you guys notice who the X-ray tech was?
No.
It's John Larroquette.
What?
It's baby Larroquette.
No way.
Uh-huh.
Now I
Yep.
gotta put it back
Because
in.
his voice is very
distinct.
like
I
you
missed
know,
it.
right? And so when I heard, my head was down and I heard the voice and I went, no. And I looked up and I was like, oh, it's baby Lower Cat. Because he was young. Really, really, really young.
Baby Cat. Yeah.
Baby Cat.
That would have been yeah, that would have been really young for him.
Mhm,
I mean,
But-
early 20s.
But also a tall man.
Mhm.
And was she? I mean, you're tall. I'm only 5'7". Slink is 6'5", 6'6".
Oh my God, he's like two
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, yeah.
He's two of you.
You're like, yeah, I know.
But I got really mad. Now, did anyone get mad during the Native American ceremony dream sequence when he killed the monitor? I got really upset when he killed the monitor.
That looked like a
because
real dead snake or
Yeah.
a lizard.
Yeah,
That looked like
I was
somebody
very
actually
sad.
killed. Yeah.
Because my buddy Capers has a monitor named Grim, who he like takes everywhere, like takes to Petco
Aw.
and stuff like that. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, did he kill that monitor? And then it turns out, according to Wikipedia,
Yeah.
that the monitor apparently is highly revered in the Native American culture. And so the fact that he got, crazy and killed, they were very mad.
They were pissed off
about that.
Yeah, they were visibly pissed.
They still gave him mushrooms though.
Yeah, they
still
were like,
gave him
here's something to
samples.
take
Here,
home.
get the fuck out. Here's something to take home. Here's a doggy bag.
Jar.
Here's your doggy bag of
And then
hallucinogens.
I guess they reverse engineered it or something, or tried to. I didn't quite.
Yes.
Because you only had so much, right? There's not like you have a finite supply of these mushrooms, so they tried to synthesize it. I suppose maybe that was part of the errors that he made. Maybe that drove him even more crazy. And they were doing a lot of like, how many grams are in you? How many milligrams did you take? Where does what becomes a lethal dose? He's like, I can take a little bit more and I'll be fine.
Right,
Dude,
which is
you're-
what every addict has said ever in their life. It's
right,
like,
you're
oh,
walking-
that was terrible. Can we do that again?
Yeah. You're walking a razor's edge here, and you're just looking for disaster. And oh my God, it was so hard to watch him because his girlfriend, wife, whatever, desperately loves him, and he is just. You both have said it brilliantly. This movie is about addiction. It's not about turning into a monkey. It's not. It's
so dumb.
It's not about opening the mind. It's about a loved one falling into the abyss of addictive drugs, horribly addictive drugs, and the struggle to get them back. I mean, for a while, I'm curious the 7 years that he and his wife had those children and got a house in the suburbs and got tenured positions at different universities or whatever. Were they doing something on the side? I bet they were.
Yeah, remember what is his last name? Professor. No.
Jessup?
Oh, when he gets out of bed and then the girl who clearly is probably she's either a student or a TA. She's like, are you okay, Professor Jessup?
I noticed that too. I was like, oh my God, you can
I was
tell
like,
the age difference.
That's so gross. And
He
he's like,
is.
yes, I'm okay.
He's tripping out.
That might be more like he's looking for stimulation or something to trigger his mind, and maybe infidelity for him is a replacement for the drugs, because shortly after that they find another drunk tank. God damn it, what is it called?
Sensory deprivation tank.
I have a mental block that
It's a lot to say, but that's an incredible point.
Yeah. Oh,
Truly,
God,
that's a lot to think about.
they find this dusty old disgusting. I bet the water in there stank. Like, oh yeah, can you imagine?
Like
Can you
stagnant
imagine?
water.
You're cleaning that thing out with hot bleach water and then letting it sit for weeks before you get in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say
pressure wash it.
I was gonna say for like a woman, that's just like a UTI waiting to happen.
Oh my God, no doubt.
Like I would never
100%.
in a million
Shoot.
years would I get in that water.
Nope. So gross. They had to have cleaned it out.
Hot tubs in general are a danger zone. Like let's really got to think about that. Is it? Did I put that water in there? Okay, now we can talk.
God.
Yeah, exactly.
Or let's just not do it at all.
No.
It's so funny.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like it when he woke up next to that student, I hope it was a TI or TA instead of like
TA.
a 20-year-old. Oh God.
Yeah, hopefully they were at least somewhat
But
old enough.
that type of stuff happens all the time. Like in academia, especially college academia. Like my mom met my piece of shit stepfather because she was his TA.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
That hurts.
No, terrible, really bad person.
So yeah, after that scene, he does go feet first into the deprivation tank. I got it. And just doubles down on the hallucinogens. And that's when he does turn into Monkey Man. And that's when he starts seeing some really weird shit.
Yeah.
I did like when he got out of it one time. I wish they hadn't gone whole monkey, right?
I agree. I wish I didn't do it. Yeah, I wish
but
it'd been like in a shadow to where we could be suspicious, but there's no confirmation.
But I like the first time he comes out there, he's writing on a piece of paper like, X-ray me, take blood samples. Something here is fucked up. We need to record this for posterity. And the doctor, the doctor who's all against it is like, shut up. We just need to get you to no. I need MRI now. And they do this. This is where John Larroquette, not Larroquette, god damn it. Legolas. No, god damn it. Who is it?
You talk about his buddy who actually believes him?
No.
No, the guy y'all were just talking about.
That's when.
Oh, yeah, John Larroquette. That is when John Larroquette looks at the X-rays and goes, "Is that a monkey?"
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a fucking gorilla.
Gorilla.
Really
yeah.
Cool. I really liked how that was the mystery. Like, what's going on? But when they went whole monkey, I'm like, yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I would have still been okay with that exchange too. Yeah, they jumped the monkey. Yeah.
Shot the monkey.
100%. Because I wish it would have been I wish it would have been more ambiguous. I feel like that would have went more along with the addiction story and the story they have going on right now in this movie. Because that monkey is totally out of fucking place. And you cut that whole 10-minute scene out, you're down to a nice crisp hour and a half.
90 minutes.
And it makes a lot more sense, and it gives you a lot more to talk about afterwards. Is he really experiencing this? Is this something that he's really going through? Or is it a figment of his imagination and the hallucinations he's having and trauma he's got suppressed?
Murray.
Murph. Yeah, there's a lot, Murphy.
I like what I would like to have seen is instead of going whole monkey, like we've got this X-ray scene going on. So like, what is this, an ape? And then he goes back in the tank, and off camera he gets out of the tank because it like right away you see the monkey. Right, and the guards are chasing him around. All that.
Yeah,
bullshit.
you see his fingers first, like open.
Right, right. So show me some fingers and show me some extra hair on him or something like that. But he gets out of the tank, and then you get sounds, and you get silhouettes, and you get a dead goat, and then he shows
that still
up.
works. The dead goat.
We're still not seeing the monkey man, right?
Right.
You see a shadowy figure grab a goat and then crunch, smash, gobble, nibble, chew sort of thing. And then he ends up in the drunk tank covered in blood, right?
Yeah.
The goat's blood. At that point, you're going, did he change into a monkey man, or was he naked Dr. Hurt running around doing all this as high as a kite.
Exactly. Exactly.
I like that better than turning into a monkey.
Yeah,
Same.
me too.
It makes more
Me too.
sense. It
Mhm.
makes more sense, and
then
it
you're
makes the story
questioning,
flow
like,
better.
yeah,
Yeah, you're
it
questioning him because regardless of the monkey scene or not, he is still a fucking unreliable narrator.
yes,
Because
yes,
I mean,
yes.
I kind of in my head canon, I don't even include the monkey scene really. Like I'm just talking
Yeah.
about it because it's there. But it makes more sense to me to not have it. But he's a total unreliable narrator because at this point he's an addict. At the end of this movie, he's realized that he finally feels love for the first time. He's gotten some sort of foot on the right path of where he needs to be going. He's kept this at bay, that whatever's inside of him. Like that altercation in the hallway is weird too, especially with her because it like overtakes her and he has to save her. And even though it's visually stunning, I almost wish she wasn't taken over by it. And it was just
Whatever it
him
was,
again.
yeah.
Yeah.
That also that end scene leads to some supernatural weirdness,
Mhm.
which is fine. And I love me some supernatural weirdness. But if you really wanted to make a metaphor for addiction or an allegory or whatever you want to call it, you would have hidden some of this stuff. Like in interviewing after he turns into a monkey in our world, as he's not really a monkey, he says, I changed into a primate. I was this thing. I could jump fences. I could attack dogs. I ate a goat. I felt it die. I could feel the blood pulsing into. He could say all that stuff because he kind of does, right?
He's extremely descriptive, telling them
Right.
what's going on.
So
Yeah.
now the audience is going, did it really happen? I don't know. It kind of looked like it might have. I don't know.
Exactly.
And then you've got that mystery. And in reality, if you pull the camera back, he's just this horrifically he's having a horrific trip and
Yeah.
murdering. He goes on
Yes.
a murder spree, so to speak.
Yeah, and let's take it even a step further with the horror aspect of things and actually maybe show the shadowed man, not the monkey man, the shadowed man kill these guards. Like actually
Yeah.
murder them. Like
Yep.
let's see some gruesome murder and actually have it earn the horror card a little bit more than it does.
Agreed.
And take it a step further because then I think that adds even more to it as well.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you think about if you've ever been with somebody, if you've ever experienced like intense addiction, like where you're just willing to do anything you possibly can to get that thing, whatever that thing is. And there is a level of psychosis that goes along with that, you know. There is a level of like, oh well, if I just do it on the weekends, like you know, or if I only on days that end in Y,
only
know?
Wednesday nights.
You know what's so
right.
funny? I've been listening to Armchair Expert. I'm back on a Dax Shepard kick because I just fucking love the way he interviews people. He is so funny. He's so insightful. He's very smart. He's also sober and gone through addiction and several relapses. He's very comfortable talking about it. He jokes about it. He makes fun of himself. It's very endearing. And he was talking today. He was talking to Chelsea Handler, and I fucking love her. And he was like, but he was talking to her. He was like, well, have you ever taken it so far to a point with alcohol where you've told yourself you need to stop? And she's like, well, I've kind of checked myself a few times. Like I went off the rails and I've been like, I bet you need to slow down. But I've always been, I've always been able to like dial it back and not have it take over my life and control me. And even Dax, someone who's sober, he's a huge advocate for weed regardless. But then he also says, he goes, oh, I say all the time that everyone who can do it should be doing all the drugs they're able to. If you can do them and not have a problem, do them. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's cracking me up right now. But I mean, he's got a point. Like, you know, it's some people are affected by this stuff way more than other people. And, you know, you can sit 10 people in a room and there's going to be a plethora of drugs on a table. And I don't think all 10 are going to try any of them. But there's going to be a few that might try every one of them. There's going to be a ratio, you know, so it's a very interesting kind of psychological and social experiment.
And it doesn't
in
have
a
to be
way.
drugs. It can be sex. It can be driving
Gambling.
fast cars.
Yes.
Gambling is a great example.
It's essentially addiction's like driving a
Hoarding.
car with no brakes. Like
yeah.
you're just like, but whose brakes fail occasionally. Because if they always failed, we wouldn't do it, you know. But it's like you're driving the car and you're like, is this what's gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? You know?
And it's exciting. Like,
is today the day we
am I gonna
crash?
stop?
Is this
or am
it?
I
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I made it! Yay! You know, like,
one more day.
One more day. Yeah.
But I said this the other day. I said if I could use with no consequences, you're damn right I would be using. You know what I mean? Like if I could take, you know, if I could take Adderall in a responsible manner and
the way
use
it's
it
meant to be taken,
right, to control my weight and increase my productivity in just the right amount, I would. But if I even try to go that route, I turn into a crazy person, and it messes with my brain and it messes with everything else. And I'm sure it's fun for like 5 minutes, but then it's not, you know.
right?
So,
Yeah. It's the old saying. One time is too many, and 100 is never enough.
1,000 is never enough. Yeah,
you can never get enough.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so this is a weird, trippy movie. I kind of wanted to take things in a different direction, but we're back in the 80s. I think this was listed on Time magazine's top 10 movies of 1980. So,
oh really?
You know, that's a fun fact there. But this is definitely not a movie for everyone, to say the least. To say the least,
it comes from a time when there's a lot of experimental films coming out. Like people were trying a lot of stuff, and there wasn't CG to make it easy. So I can't imagine how hard this movie was to make.
Yes.
The editing alone was all those hallucinogenic scenes. I was watching those like, man, that goat with 12 eyes or whatever, and the whole whole Dante's Inferno thing, and like these are sets. I think. And
now the Dante's Inferno
scenes jumping
scenes
into the pool or something. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
The Dante's Inferno scenes were actually from the 1930 something Dante's Inferno. It was actually scenes from that movie.
From that movie. No, they pulled. Okay, I didn't realize that. Woo!
Yeah,
I bet they colored it up real good.
Yeah, because on the Blu-ray version that I watched, you could actually see the people. Like it was pretty well outlined.
They were blurry, but I could see them moving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was almost like a Bakshi cartoon where it was rotoscoped, but I'm sure it wasn't. It was probably just color enhancements of some sort.
Yeah, just brightened them up and changed some colors and made them pretty.
But the editing is just main. It's just main.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that too. It's beautiful.
And we talk shit about the Monkey Man. I think that was beautiful makeup.
Regardless, it still is. It's a pretty good Monkey Man.
Gorgeous.
I'll give you that. Nice. Yeah.
And I loved every last bit of the bone crunching. Shit is growing in weird directions. Man.
Oh yeah, like at the end, like he turns into like when you were kind of like at that near end, you know, not quite 100%, but like where you can see him on the video screen, it goes full basket case.
Yeah,
like, he flat out looks like Belial,
original primitive self, pretty much.
Oh yeah, God,
he's just
a
like a blob.
Yeah, just
we gotta cover that
one hand just out. Like it's
basket case 2 where Belial gets laid.
And then basket case 3 where he has all like the babies and stuff.
I haven't seen 3. Oh shit.
Yeah, even with the editing too, especially at the end in that scene where he's trying to control it and we're going back and forth in the hallway. I guess they had to tape several scenes, and his arms were super bruised by the ends of all of them because he was actually smashing his arm up against the wall.
He was back and forth.
Yeah, those edits were great, and especially the switching from forms, I guess you could say, until he finally locks back
God,
in.
I
was
don't
like,
know
damn,
how
those
they-
cuts are great.
Yeah, like I don't quite know how they did it because it lined up really nicely.
It's wonderful, wonderfully
Like
edited,
always hit
wonderfully
this spot
shot.
every single time or something.
The sound's great, especially at the end
Oh.
when shit's going down in the sensory deprivation tank. Like, I had to turn my TV down. Well, I think on that note, we can go ahead and get started on the things. And the things are a little interesting this week. Okay, what do y'all? How many deaths do you think there were in altered states?
Well,
Erin?
let's see. If we're counting animals.
No, we don't count animals.
Oh, we don't count animals. Okay.
Just
that
humans.
adds at least 2, right?
Just humans we see on screen.
It's on screen. 0.
0. Nobody dies.
Exactly.
Because even Balaban opens his eyes at the end, and the other guy opens his eyes at the end, and everybody's alive.
all the cops or the guards.
They were just injured. Yeah, the only thing that really dies in this is animals. There's just no humans. And I mean, Eddie technically dies, but he's revived and he's saved by Emily. So we don't really. I guess technically we could count him, but at the end of the day, he's revived. So I'm not. I'm just going to say 0 deaths in this.
0.
So I didn't
Charlie
really
would
think
be
of that.
so disappointed.
I know he's going to. He's going to be like, "What the fuck?
like,
This isn't a horror movie." That's what he's going to say.
That's stupid. I hate
I
it.
bet you $1. Bet you $1. So since we don't have a favorite kill this week, I say we do a favorite scene.
What do you think? Zombie kill of the week?
Erin, what do you think your favorite scene was in this movie?
Damn. That's tough. I think truthfully when she's talking about how much she loves him.
Dude.
Just the fact that she's like, I wish that I didn't love him so much. I'm possessed by him. This feeling of like, even though she's tried to have sex with other people, and she's tried to move on with her life, like she just pictures him.
She's actively tried, yeah.
Right. And so, and it's so heartbreaking and beautiful. And like Blair Brown is one of those actresses that's very, kind of under the radar, right? Like she was on a show called Molly Brown in the 80s. Like she was in a TV movie version of The Bad Seed that came out in the 90s also. She's a really like underrated actress, not to mention total knockout. Like if I had Blair Brown's body, I'd be naked all the time,
Right? Same.
Yeah,
I mean, in that scene, she was just so damn believable.
So
and you
easy
really
in the eyes. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
she's
wonder.
gorgeous.
I wonder if her analog isn't also a metaphor for addiction, because she's addicted to this man.
She's the enabler, essentially.
Yeah, she's the codependent.
Yeah.
She's basically the person that like transforms her life to try to, make him.
Everything's messed up. Everybody's wrong.
It's sad. Yeah, it's really sad.
It's sad.
But I mean, I think maybe at the end of the day, or at the end of the movie, you could say that they really were meant for each other. They were just meant for each other in a certain headspace, if you will. Like he needed to get some help. And I think at the end of the movie, he was on the path to doing that. So personally, I think we end this movie on a note of hope.
Yes.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Somewhat hope. So, and it's not a lot you can say about horror movies.
He saved her by realizing that he does love her, and it ends. It's a hard cut ending.
Very quick.
I love Mia. Like, what? It's over? I love that.
You've been watching Altered States.
Watching Suspiria. Right?
Yeah, it was like a slow build. And then
unlike
quick
Lord
payoff.
of the Rings that has 12 endings, for heaven's sakes.
Right. Yeah. Pete, what's your favorite scene?
I loved all of the body horror stuff especially when his bones are crunching and cracking, like they get a real good celery twist.
Yeah,
right?
the Foley,
or,
yeah.
or a cabbage chop or whatever the Foley is. I really like that. And boy, it was gory without the blood, right? So
Right,
his
yeah.
skin is bubbling, maybe not bubbling, but expanding in an unnatural way.
For sure.
He's getting limbs, or his limbs are turning, they're inverting or something like that. It was, I really loved all that. And there were a couple of them where he was like walking down the hallway or something. He was like, ouch, ouch. And his elbows start bulging or something, like, that's disgusting.
And then he's sitting at the dinner table and he's like fascinated by it, like watching it move for the first time. Like he's watching it like a new pet and he's proud of it. And I was like, oh, he's weird.
Oh god. But it's also that like it's also to that point, like addiction is also one of those things where if you are anywhere near people that are not using drugs, they think you're batshit. Right?
Oh,
because
yeah.
you're
You're the
coming up with
crazy one.
all these wonderful, lofty ideas and these great, theories about life and how you're so much more evolved than everyone else because
Right.
you're taking all of these mind expanding drugs and
I'm experimenting. I'm fancy.
and you tell people, you're like, well, you know what? Your life would be better if you took some ecstasy. Like bullshit like that. And then you wonder why people don't want to hang out with you, right? Like so
Yeah. Everybody feels weird around you. You're the odd duck out.
Anna?
Oh, I think my favorite scene's the end where everything's going down in the deprivation tank. Because especially once she like jumps through the glass and saves him, all that water is in there and it's swirling and she's like holding on, and especially the shot too of her, like you don't see her boobs or anything, you just can kind of tell she's naked. You see her shoulders and the wind's blowing her beautiful hair. I loved her hair in this. And she essentially saves him and she has her hands on his face and it's all static and then it finally comes back to normal. I kind of like that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I see what they did there. Because she truly did save him and bring him back to life. So, and I think that helped seal the deal with the ending the way it did a little better. Alrighty, let's rate this thing.
Yeah.
Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back.
So much joy.
God
Erin,
bless you, Jason X.
I know, it's my fave. It's so good.
Our
Erin, our
Godzilla
esteemed
bless you.
guest, we love you. What do you rate Altered States out of 10?
Oh, out of 10? I'm gonna give this an 8.5. I would
Nice.
say. I believe
Hell
the monkey scene kind of takes away a lot of it,
Mhm.
but
For sure.
But in terms of Ken Russell movies that I actually related to, like
Right there,
I
isn't
was,
it? Yep.
because I was so excited to see Gothic. You have no idea because I grew up seeing that poster, the one with the weird
With
goblin, and it's like
on the
sort
edge
of
of the bed or something.
praying,
Yeah.
right, praying over the girls sleeping, and I was like, this movie's gonna rule. And then I
Yeah.
watched it, and I was like, oh my god,
This is not good.
This is hard. This is a hard watch, but this movie, I think it hit. It hit all my addiction stuff, it hit all the hope stuff. It hit the stuff that I'd never done, that I still even, now at 45 look back on and I'm like, I'm glad I didn't,
Yeah. I could have taken it this far.
I don't think that I regret not doing those, you know what I mean? So no, I would give it definitely an 8.5.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. Pete, what about you, dear?
I didn't really care for it.
Okay.
And I'm not sure why, but I will give it all the credit. The makeup's wonderful. The music is wonderful. The acting is wonderful. Cinematography, the shots, everything about this movie is wonderful. Maybe because I haven't experienced what they are experiencing is I can't relate to it.
That's totally fair. Yeah.
I also I like 2001: A Space Odyssey until the end, and all that flashing bullshit is like, the fuck is, stop it. So there's all that flashing stuff. Like I don't know what's going on. I'm not smart enough to understand this. It's a beautiful movie. It's really well done. I'm gonna give it my second favorite rating. I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay.
Because a 5 means that, hey, you're an adult. Watch it or don't. I will lean towards, I think you should watch it, but I'm not going to say, hey, run out and make this, top on your list. This is just watch it or don't. I think we've described it very well, and if this speaks to you, please go watch it.
Yeah.
But I didn't. It's not that I didn't like it; it didn't speak to me. So
That's fair.
I'm gonna
That's
give
totally
it,
fair.
I think I'm going to give it the most fair rating I can. I'm going to give it a 5.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, I'm going to echo Erin and give this an 8.5 as well.
Nice.
I like this one. Is it rewatchable? No, but I think it's
That's
one.
also a good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not rewatchable. It's one that I do recommend to people, and I'm really glad that we brought it to the show because I think it fits what the show's about.
Yep.
And Erin, just like we thought, you were the perfect guest for this. This was a wonderful conversation, and we brought a lot more to it than I thought we were going to. Honestly, I was kind of second guessing myself. I was like, "Damn, can we really stretch this out?" But it's just like we did with Spider Baby. We ended up stretching that one out pretty good length, and it was wonderful.
I love that movie so very much.
It's good. It's good. Yes. So this was a blast. Erin, please tell our listeners where they can find you and what you ladies do on your show.
Contrary to the commercial that we ran, we actually do air every Monday at midnight. So when you wake up Monday morning, you got a podcast to listen to. We are essentially a podcast that finds the gems in the garbage. We're very much about finding something to love about the movies that we choose. So we tend to choose movies that we actually respect.
Right.
We have a no list. We have a nobody's gonna like I said, if someone's like, can you find something you like in Megan is Missing or Serbian Film or
fuck both those movies
or
yeah.
Human Centipede? It's like, I'm good. Yeah, we don't need to go there. So there's a lot of movies we don't cover, but we have a tendency to, like I said, we find the positivity in films that a lot of people don't necessarily watch, like Jaws 3 or Death Spa or and then sometimes, because my co-host Hillary and I are both in recovery and we are both recovering addicts, we have a tendency to relate the movie to our own mental health struggles, our own addiction stuff, and it becomes this very personal but also very funny podcast. So yeah, man, check us out every Monday. And if you want to stalk us or follow us on Instagram, that's really the only place you can follow us. So
yes, and by the time this comes out, today's Tuesday. Yesterday is the episode I was on for Zombie, the Lucio Fulci.
Right. By the time this comes out, yes.
So jealous.
It'll be Zombie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear that.
It was fun. We had fun. I love that movie.
We had a great time.
You've seen that, right, Pete?
You know what? I'd have to go back and watch it to remember because it's what I don't remember if I've seen it or not.
Okay, it's weird. You might have seen surely you have at some point, but you're not a zombie guy either. This is more
also
of
not a zombie guy.
See, you and me. Yeah, so you got to listen to the episode because I talk about the fact that I'm not a zombie person.
I'm not going to listen to that episode. Phooey on you. I'll never listen to it.
Yes, you will. Man.
I mean, I'll message Erin at like 6:00 in the morning. Like, listen to your damn episode, zombie.
Yeah, you girls are a hoot. That's what I'll say. Or you gals.
You gals are such a hoot.
Is that the wrong thing to say?
No,
I love
that's your word.
Oh,
I love it. That's your word. Yeah, I was just saying it more like Pete.
Girls, like, oh shit, I'm gonna get my.
Oh no, I love any. I seriously,
that's your word.
Yeah, me and Hillary love any positive fan interaction that we have because of this show. Hillary is always in utter disbelief that we have fans to begin with. So anytime we get messages or posts or anything like that, we take it very personally and very much to heart, and we're very appreciative of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, over here, let's see. Next week, Pete, I'm going to tell you what we're covering.
Are you? I
I
finally
got a
get to know
I got a special secret message from Charlie. I think I have his location.
What?
So when I
How?
get done,
He's in contact with you and not me?
well, he
Harumph.
he remembered my number. I don't know. Maybe it's because
Fair. You
I
got a
don't know
new
why.
phone.
Yeah. It
Yours might have
forgot
been in
to.
there first. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's A, so it's at the top of the list. Maybe he didn't fully
It's true.
transfer all of
It's
his
true.
contacts. P's closer to the end. So,
He's got-
but yeah. So next week, the movie we are covering, it's an action movie. It is the Vin Diesel led action movie,
Oh shit. What?
Triple X.
Oh, wow.
No
Okay.
idea. First time watch. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
You've
that
never
would-
seen it? Oh my god, I watched
I've
it
never
when I
seen
was
it.
a kid. This came out in the early 2000s. I don't remember liking it then, but I have never watched it again.
Is
so
this
I'm
one of the
very
Riddick
intrigued.
movies, or is this some sort of a stupid car driving?
No,
movie?
it's an action because I remember the Riddick movies. It's not. It's
I like the
it's
Riddick
like
movies.
it's the total standalone action
It's
film
its
that he
own
did.
thing, just like
Mhm.
an action movie kind of thing. When he was trying to be the I guess Jason Statham.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
he started really doing the Fast and Furious movies, I guess. I'm not sure the time frame on
That's
that.
where he breads his butter. That's for
I
sure.
feel like it was.
Maybe right
I
about
feel like
time.
maybe he like did Fast and the Furious, and then we didn't know it was going to be a franchise. So then he went and did Triple X, and then it became, and then Fast.
Yeah,
and
because he
Furious
wasn't in the
blew up.
second one, so I wonder if it was
Right.
maybe when that
Yeah.
one happened. Well,
Mm.
anyways, that's how we're going to end the month, and then we've got September.
Asia
and then it's spooky
Argento
season.
is in this. Is that
Yeah, isn't that Dario Argento's daughter?
the Argento?
Yeah.
Argento?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, that's she's in this. Yeah.
She's a little bit problematic.
Is she? Okay, I don't know nothing about it.
Well, on that note, you can follow us, like, subscribe, rate, share, shout us from the rooftops. We are on Facebook in the groups, Give Me Back My Action Movies, Give Me Back My Horror Movies. We are also on Instagram at those handles. You can also follow Pete and the gang at Good Beer Bad Movie Night, and you can follow me at Nerd at the Movies. I'm also over on the Baron's Hideout podcast. We are still on our hiatus, but you can still follow us and maybe scroll through some old episodes and some old posts. Same for us here. Catch up on Month of Action. Erin, thank you again so much for joining us. This was an absolute blast. And we will see y'all on the next one.
Can I put a cherry on top of this episode?
Yes.
Sure.
I saw Jaws 3D in theaters.
Did
in
you?
3D.
In 3D?
I love that.
In 3D. I had the red and blue glasses. I don't have them anymore, but
I love that you did that.
So
I just
jealous.
I love
I
that
was
so much.
I was like 8.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm so glad
You
that
still
you did
remember
that.
it though.
Oh
That's
yeah.
incredible.
Oh yeah, because the explosion at the end where the jaws came at you, just I howled with laughter at 8 years old. I thought it was
It's an absolute like that's I think one of the I got rid of the old Jaws 3 that we did because it was kind of a clunker and it's with my original co-host who's a douche. So
Yep.
so I got rid of it and I'm probably going to do it
Relatable.
again with the guys from Talking Back with the guys from Talking Back because they're big shark guys. And
Okay.
because there's so much awesomeness about Jaws 3D, like just the fact that Dennis Quaid is quoted as saying, "I am high for every frame of that film."
Frame.
Like I love that. I love that
I've never seen it.
that the budget for the movie actually like factored in the cocaine.
Cocaine.
Like that's a thing. Like that's a fucking thing. I no, I love it. I can find something to love about Jaws 3. So
Manimal's in it, right?
oh yeah, Simon McCorkindale.
Yeah, that's right.
McCorkindale, that name.
Who
He's
plays
in something else.
yeah. What else was he? So
Manimal's the only other
that
thing
and
I
that's the
remember.
only thing I can think of. Yeah.
I'm sure he was in. He was a handsome British guy, I suppose.
He was in some horror movie too.
Probably.
Mhm.